I felt like I had to make a video about something. um, Maybe for me as well, but it might be a hot topic out there right now. Well, I think it has been for a while. But I have experience on the receiving end of this. No bullshit. For obvious reasons. I'm a loner. I'm kind of weird. you know, I fit all the descriptions. You know, so I've been called this before in the past, and I think someone's trying to call me this today. I'm like, okay. But luckily, I've come so far that it didn't affect me. You know what I mean? The first time someone called me this, it affected me greatly. And the term is, you probably heard it before, incel. Um, Word of advice from being on the receiving end of this: don't ever call someone this ever. Ever. I don't care how brave you think you are. Don't ever call someone this ever. Now that that's out of the way. Anyways, so this is when I was called it. Imagine being scapegoated your whole life, castrated by your mother, basically, as well. Demoralized till you weren't human. And then you were locked up when you tried to escape. And then, past that, after all that's said and done, all that, and surviving a cult, all that, you get called an incel after that. That's what happened to me. If that person that called me that wasn't calling me it from online, he'd be dead right now. No bullshit. He'd be dead. If he called me that at that time, to my face, he'd be dead. I'd go to prison. No problem. That's why you never call someone an incel. Ever. Okay. Now that that's out of the way. It's serious though. Like I was on a recovery. I was trying to recover from being in a cult. I was on a recovery site. And everybody was just giving me hell. And so I was like fighting everybody off. And that's when someone called me an incel. That's when it happened. I was just being a gladiator, on a recovery site. I'm used to people attacking me. No bullshit. I don't know. God knows it. Like, my family attacked me. Religious leaders attacked me. Everybody's attacked me like I'm a gladiator. No bullshit. I have to fight everybody off. This is what happened to me on the recovery site. And some guy calls me an incel. But eventually, once he realized that I wasn't backing down, and I kept going forward and forward and forward for years and years and years and years, when he thought his cut down would make me end my life or something, fuck you, man. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, he's probably like, oh shit. He was the real deal. He survived hell on earth in a cult. You bet your ass I'm the real deal. God knows it as well. That's why I thought Jesus was a pussy. You know what I mean? I am the real deal. I'm like, Jesus is nothing. I've been through way more than him. It's no bullshit. But now these days, I'm like, holy shit, he's matching my suffering. That's what I said today. He's matching me. Jesus is still matching me. He is. He is. I can tell he's matching me still. After I saw him in the Jesus statue, I realized he's still matching me. You know what I mean? From my worst point of suffering, all the way up to my worst point of suffering, to now, he's matching me. He is. He's impressive. You know what I mean? Like I said, people don't know how impressive Jesus is like I do. I don't think so. Because like, I shouldn't be alive or anything. And God knows it. I shouldn't even be as successful as I am on YouTube. I shouldn't have been able to make 1,000 videos. The only reason I was able to do that is Jesus is keeping me going. He's healing me. He's keeping me going. God wants me alive. You know what I mean? It benefits God to keep me alive. And this is another one of those benefits. I have experience in this being called an incel. I do. No bullshit. God knows it. That's why I'm making this video. Don't ever call someone that ever. I don't care how weird they are. I don't care how weird they are. I don't care if they're alone their whole damn life. You know? You know what I mean? This is no bullshit. And this is what I said on the recovery site back then. They're all talking about, oh, a shooting happened at this school. Oh, a shooting happened at that school. I'm like, no one's talking about the parents that abused the kid before that happened. Nobody's talking about, you know what I mean? The kid's calling that kid an incel, or for example. No one's talking about that. That's where I was coming in on the recovery side, and they were like, give me heat. I'm like, no one's talking about the people that were abusing the kid before the shooting, before the kid lost his shit and did the shooting. No one talks about the abuse he was taking before that. No bullshit, because I've been in that position. So, anyways, enough about that. I was willing to chop the head off a Jesus statue, all right? The most righteous person that ever lived. The abuse that I took made me turn against him, all right? It's serious, all right? It's serious. If the abuse is so bad that you turn against the most righteous person to ever live, it's serious, all right? And God knows it. It's serious if you're turning against Jesus himself for the abuse you were taking. It was that bad. It's serious. Enough about that. Check out the shirt I bought today. You know that car show I was showing you guys at the mall? Marvin's Mall? They were selling shirts, and I'm like, they're only like $5. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. Being charitable. I'm learning this charitable thing. Charity. The greatest thing above faith and hope. I'm testing this charity thing all around. I am. I'm spreading the charity. Anyway. But I'll be homeless and if I keep doing this at this rate. Just kidding. I'll be okay. I think I'll be all right. Thanks to you guys. Thanks to you guys, for sure. But anyways. But I just had to make a comment about this. Because I guess it's a hot topic right now. And I guess Jordan Peterson was getting emotional about it as well or something. I saw the video that this friend was sending to me. I guess she was telling me that I'm an incel by sending me this video with Jordan Peterson defending the incels. And if he is, God bless him. You know, if he really is, God bless him. It's no bullshit, you know. This has been my strategy as an incel. Just like, fuck everybody else. I'll help God. That's it. Help me, you know, survive and help God at the same time. Forget everybody else. Ignore everybody else, even the opposite sex. Until God says I'm ready for a partner. Until God says this is who I want. God's gonna pick my partner. That's right. You heard me right. He's like, this is my general. He gets the best. He gets the best. Damn right. So don't go. So all you guys out there that were called incels, don't go chasing. Serve God. Live for yourself. Take care of yourself. Serve God. You know, live for God. Put God first and yourself first. Same thing. You're a creation of God. Putting yourself first is putting God first. In a way. So eventually, God will say, okay, he's ready for this woman I'm going to give to him. You know what I mean? But God knows I've been waiting longer than I thought I would. I admit it. But eventually he'll be like, you know, God will pick your partner. You know what I mean? That's my strategy. Because God knows. I'm like the Wolverine, like I said before. The women I've really wanted, and God knows this, that I really wanted, they choose somebody else. every time. They choose the pretty boy every time. And they're probably miserable as fuck in their marriage right now. And I'm serious, they probably are. God bless them. As for me, you know, and this is no joke. One of the one of the ones I wanted, she picked somebody else, but she wanted me to go to her reception, or she would be super mad at me and never forgive me. She said, "I'm like, all right." So I went to it, and this is no bullshit. She looked so miserable on her wedding day, like no bullshit. It was almost like she was trying to shout to me in her mind, "Help me! I made a mistake." No bullshit. Because she was part of the cult. And the marriage stuff of the cult, you don't know about what they do in the temple until the marriage day. And I know she was traumatized because what they do in the temple traumatizes me just by watching the video. Just by watching the video of what went on in the temple. Traumatizing. You know what I mean? No bullshit. But I already knew that religion was false before that. Before I knew what they did in the temple stuff. You know what I mean? But anyways, she looked so... She was like, "Help me, I made a mistake," with her eyes, you know? No bullshit. And of course, how I coped with this, the woman I wanted marrying somebody else, I listened to heavy metal. You heard me right. You heard me right. I listened to heavy metal. Yep. Pantera got me through that. So don't ever estimate heavy metal. That Pantera got me through that night when somebody that I wanted to marry married somebody else. All right? Pantera. Cemetery Gates. I'll probably listen to it after this video to remind me. Don't ever go back to that kind of situation again. Let God choose your partner for you. No matter how long it takes. Even if I'm 50 years old, let God pick. Doesn't matter. But I swear I was built to walk alone. I was, you know what I mean? That's what I thought about. For real, like the Wolverine. I'm just passing through. You know, I meet all these women throughout my life. Does it look like I've stayed with any of them? Nope. Wolverine. I'm Wolverine. Move on. You know what I mean? They pick somebody else. Move on. I can't count how many times that has happened. With the one I want, pick somebody else. It's almost like I expect it. I almost like it. Make it happen. No bullshit. In my mind, I'm like, if she really wanted me, she would pick me. You know what I mean? But she didn't. So, no problem. Go my way. Follow Jesus. Keep walking with Jesus. My only friend. My only friend. But I don't even want a friend. He's there for me. Alright. I'm like, oh yeah. But anyways, I know I talk about controversial stuff sometimes, you know. Even my Jesus rivalry is controversial. You know what I mean? He's helping me, and I have a rivalry with him. That's controversial, you know. Contradictory, you know. But he designed me. He gets me. He gets me. He designed me, for hell's sakes. Yeah, he designed me this way. He gets me totally. He knew I'd have a problem with him in my life. The way my life has went, you know. He knew I'd have a problem with him at the end of the day. I'm like, this is how you see your friend? go through all this shit in his life, and he's still standing alone. This is how you see your friend Jesus? You know what I mean? But oh well. Brothers to the end, you know. Brothers to the end. And I thought about this as well. If Jesus was on the earth, he'd be called an incel. Jesus himself would be called an incel. You think he'd be married to anybody? No. He's Jesus, you know. He'd be called an incel. So think about that, guys. Jesus would be called an incel. He probably only hung out with his apostles every now and then. He was a loner most of the time. You heard me. Jesus was a natural loner. Even around people, he was alone. You can write that down. You can write that down. Just like me, around people, I still feel alone. But anyways, I just thought I had to make a video about this. Like, that's why God's keeping me alive. One of the reasons. I've experienced so many things. It's no bullshit. That I can go back and recall it. How it was at that time. I can recall when I was called an incel back then. I can. Like it was yesterday. No bullshit. You know. And I can, you know. So that's what it reminded me today. So, and all I gotta say is don't ever call someone an incel. Not ever. Not ever. I don't care how brave you think you are. Don't ever do it. Ever. It's better to call him a jackass or something. Or an asshole. But not an incel. Anything but that. Anything but that. He could have been scapegoated to the ground by his own mother. You know what I mean? Castrated in every way. And then you're calling him an incel because he's afraid of women. You know? Or something. You know? Frustrated with women. Not good with women. Not good idea. Not a good idea. So, if I have to be the father figure in all this, for once in my life, father figure, because I have experience with this, being on the receiving end. The person that called me this would be dead right now. No joke. If he called that to my face, he'd be dead. No bullshit. And I was pretty weak back then. Weaker than I am now. I still would have found a way. I would have found a way. But anyways, enough about that. So that's just one of many things I've been through. It's just being called that. But, you know, I wasn't just abused physically and stuff by family and religion and stuff. I was called names as well on top of it. So, I know what that's like as well. So, I think Jesus understands as well. So, and I thought about this today because I always thought Jesus and God were on my family side. Like they supported my family of origin and the religion I was born into. Like God supported them. Like no bullshit. That's what I thought my whole life. That's why it's been so confusing, you know, to like resolve my God issues and Jesus issues. I'm like, but you were supporting them, it seemed like, you know what I mean? See how I was confused? I'm like, God and Jesus were on their team. You know, they're the ones that are been portraying themselves their whole lives as God followers. My family of origin, they're portraying themselves, even though it's fake. they're doing it, you know? I'm just like, so the fact that like it still confuses my brain. I'm like, the God that was on my family side he changed his mind and now he's helping me separate from that. See how that's confusing? My whole life, my brain, my whole life, I thought God was like them. You know what I mean? God was a bad guy like that. He was bad like them. You know what I mean? Want nothing to do with it. My family of origin can have God. God, you're over there. You're over there. That's why it's confusing that as I've gone away, God has tracked me. You know what I mean? He knows about me like I'm an actual person of value or something. No bullshit. You know what I mean? I was a nobody in the cult. I was a nobody in my family of origin. God knows this. I was an absolute nobody. What the hell is God helping me for? I'm not a head honcho in religion, you know, with all these titles from God, prophet, apostle, teacher, priest. I'm not any of that. I'm not savior, nothing. You know, what's he doing helping me out? I don't care about any of that shit, you know. I'm just going to church so God helps me. So because I think I'm fucked if I keep going like this by myself, you know. Keep going like this as an incel. All right? I'm going like this as an incel still. I had to throw that in again. But it's very serious though. For sure. So anybody out there that's been called that, I have been too. So I understand. I sympathize. I empathize with you. For sure. No doubt about it. You're talking to someone that's been alone more than anybody on the planet. Right here. Incel King. Incel King. I walked alone most of the time. God knows it. For sure. I'm like, I'm just better alone. Walking alone. Even when I'm around my family, I'm alone. No bullshit. Yeah. Alone is my thing. The INFJs are loners for sure, naturally. No one gets us, so we're always alone. No one can marry us because they don't understand us. Very true. I thought about that. No one understands us. How can you marry someone you don't understand? Exactly. I wonder how many INFJs are just alone, never married like me, because no one understood them. Hell, I don't even understand me still. Even with all these videos trying to understand myself, I still don't understand myself. Like, no bullshit. I'm like, what the hell did God create with me? What am I? Why can't I fix me? Why can't I fix what God created, which is me? Why can't I fix this? Why can't I heal this? Why can't I heal this? What the hell, God? Why can't I heal me so someone will want to be with me so I'm not an incel anymore? How do I fix this, God? So I'm not an incel anymore. You know what I mean? All the incels want is to be loved. For real. That's it. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? That's all I've ever wanted in my life is to be loved for real. Even if it's the only person that's ever wanted to love me is Jesus himself. That's it. It's better than nothing, you know? I always wanted to be loved by the opposite sex. But at the end of the day, they chose Cyclops, the pretty boy. At the end of the day. So they don't choose the badass. They don't. They don't take the badass home to mom and dad. They don't. They don't. Jean Grey was right about that in that X-Men United movie. She's like, We flirt with the bad boys, but we take the good guy home to mom and dad, That very true. No truer words have ever been said. They flirt with the bad boy, but they don't choose the bad boy to marry and take to mom and dad, you know what I mean? To show mom and dad, look who I'm gonna marry. Look, here's Cyclops, pretty boy, you know. Fuck that shit, you know what I mean? Let's just, it's better just to be a gladiator out in the open, Fight the demons, this is what I know, All that lovey-dovey stuff, save it for somebody else. Save it for somebody else. Cyclops, the pretty boy's probably faking that he's loved. He's just doing the charm thing, like the narcissists do. He doesn't even love her anyways. We know this. He's doing the charm thing. Being the Prince Charming. It ain't real. It ain't real. We figured this out. What's real is us being gladiators, helping God out, suffering, keeping on going, helping God out in secret. Yes, I said it. Helping God out in secret, in stealth. That's why he keeps us alive. We're helping him. Nobody knows it but him, That's why he keeps me going. He's like, oh shit, he's helping me a lot. Keep him alive. Keep him alive. I'm like wanting to quit every day. But since I'm helping him every day, keep him alive, keep him going. That's how this whole road's been going. Like one of these nights, I'm gonna wake up and God's gonna be there. He's gonna be there when I wake up. He's like, you died. You did enough. You did enough. I'm proud of you. You did enough. I'm proud of you. He says that right to my face. God and Jesus, they're probably the same, but they'll be like, we're proud of you. You did well, but that's never happened. I still wake up. I stare at the same ceiling. I'm like, God damn it. So the gladiator just sits, after he wakes up, before he goes out into the arena called the world, before he goes out, people are calling his name, Maximus, 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 Max. And then I hear my name, Maximus Aurelius, and I go out and face the combat out there, invisible and physical. Whether it's narcissists on the ground, demons in the sky, that's my battleground. Don't you forget it. Once I leave this safe sanctuary of the Colosseum locker room, once I leave, it's all combat out there. That's a true statement, actually. It is. I'm going to go, I got to go out and fucking fight again. I got to battle. I'm like, okay. Everybody out there wants me dead. Again, it's getting old, guys. It's getting old. Everybody wants me dead. I know, it's getting old now. Like, no bullshit. It's getting old. Everybody wants me dead. Okay, it's getting old. Even I want me dead. It's getting old. The only one that doesn't want me dead is God. So that's why I'm still breathing. Like, it would blow people's minds, like how many things want me dead out there. Like, no bullshit. That's why it's incredible that I make so many videos and like nothing's happening out there. It's no bullshit. Like, I know. That's why this is like heroic in a way. I want to die the whole time, but I'm still going. It's heroic. I think it is, like against all odds, everything wants me dead out there from age 12. No bullshit. Age 12. Everything's been trying to take me down in every way you can think of imaginable. Like, no bullshit. To this point, and it's still hard as hell. It's still combat. God's trained me well. He's like, you took on your whole family as a kid. I know you can take on the whole Christians right now. I'm like, all right. It was tough at first, because with the Christians, I'm like, damn it. Maybe Jesus is on their side. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm going against Christians and Jesus at the same time. That's why that was tough. I'm like, shit, maybe he is on their side in the crusades against me. Maybe Jesus is on the Christian side. Shit. That's why that fight was interesting, with the Christians. Every arena is interesting, like with the Mormon cult. That surviving that was interesting in itself. The whole Mormon arena, surviving that whole experience was interesting in itself. No bullshit. And then the family of origin, I didn't know my parents were psychopaths. That's what makes it even more incredible. I survived them without even knowing they were psychopaths. I talked to them like they were actually real humans, but I knew they were faking. It was confusing, but that's what's crazy. I didn't put a term psychopath to them till way later, way later. I'm like, I didn't put a term to the psychopath, but it makes sense. That's why I could never beat them head on. You can't beat a psychopath head on unless you kill him physically. That's the only way you can beat a psychopath head on. No bullshit. That's the only way you can beat him. You've heard it here first. That's the only way you can beat them. Take them down physically. Done. End their life. That's the only way you can beat a psychopath. Any other way, you can't win. Words, forget about it. Might as well just go up in your room and watch some Dragon Ball Z. You're not going to beat a psychopath in words. Go up in your room, watch Dragon Ball Z. You ain't going to win against psychopath. I just wish I knew that's what they were back then, I couldn't figure it out. God knows it confused me. My parents' behavior confused me my whole life. It did. So confusing. So if you were the scapegoat child with psychopath parents, you were confused as fuck your whole life. I understand. I'm still trying to undo the knots to this day. I'm still trying to undo the knots. I am. God knows it. I'm like, holy shit. My brain still slips back. I'm like, oh, I gotta go to family. My allegiance is to my family. My brain is just programmed like that. That's how much they own me. Like, I can't make it on my own. I need my family. That's what I fight against these days. Still, I fight against that. God knows it, Because I don't trust God enough that I'm like, oh shit, I burned the bridge to my family. I can't get help from my family. Shit, what have I done? So my brain's like, oh, what have I done? I burned the bridge to my family. They were pretending to be good some of the time. They might have been good some of the time. See how my brain's been doing that? They can do that. They might have been good people. They might have been good people. That good persona they portrayed, that might have been really them. They might have been really them. God knows I've been struggling with this fight. I have been. Because this road has been tough. And I don't have confidence in myself on my own. And I don't trust God enough, or Jesus enough even, to keep going on this road away from everything that they put me in. God put me in a cult. God put me in a family with parents that weren't normal. You know what I mean? But he's like, the gladiator can survive it. If anybody can survive it, it's the gladiator. I'm like, all right, fuck. Shit, yeah. But in a way, I don't feel like I survived. Look at me. Do I look like I really survived? No. I'm like, I might as well have been dead, That's how I thought. I'm like, I might as well just have died by the hand of the psychopath. But I can't think that. I gotta believe I could still keep going. You know what I mean? Somehow, But anyways, that's kind of off topic, but I don't know. But it was interesting. I'm like, why did she send me this video about incels? But it did kind of motivate me, because I have been kind of lackadaisical. I admit it. I've kind of been like, not really trying, not really living for real. I'm still pretending to live for real out there, like enjoying life and like, oh, I'm really living. Yeah, I'm still pretending. I admit that. Like, it's still a fight out there for sure, but I'm pretending that I'm like wanting to be here, like I'm pretending like I want to be here. You know what I mean? I am. It's totally. I'm totally pretending. I don't know. I'm not enjoying it on the planet. I'm not at all. I'm not enjoying it here. I'm like, maybe God can see that I'm not enjoying it here, and He can take me out. You know, something like that. You know? I don't know. I gotta quit thinking like that. But anyways, the incel thing. That too can make someone, suicidal. I just thought of that just now. It can. 100%. So think about that. The next time you want to call someone that. It can. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. You heard it here first from the general himself. From God's general himself. It can end to that. They can make that happen for sure. So. But anyways. I'm preparing myself for the next round of combat that God will bring into me. Like I thought before, like I said in a different video, I'm predicting God will bring the Muslims into me. And I'll be fighting Muslims now. And the gladiator will be fighting the Muslims off them. I cannot have a happy life. I have to be fighting everybody off me. Psychopaths, fighting everybody. Mormons, Christians, fighting everybody off me. Why can't anybody just like me for real? Besides Jesus, alright? And He's only liking me by default because He created me. It's by default. It doesn't count if Jesus loves me because it's by default. He created me. Doesn't count. Doesn't count. No, sir. Doesn't count at all. I'm like, you're my creator. You're supposed to love me if you're my creator. By default. Yeah. What the hell? Yeah. I can see it like God wakes me up. He's like, you were just messing around down there. You weren't gonna serve your purpose, so I did end your life. I'm like, oh well. Oh well. Yeah. It's not like you defended me from anything. Most of my life. It's not like you defended me from stuff. I've had like 20 surgeries and I have scars all over my body. You didn't defend me from shit, God. So that's what I'll say. Just like, show me the purpose you want me to do. I'll do it right now so I can wake up. When I go to bed, you can wake me up in the afterlife. Just show me what you want me to do. I can do it in one video. I can do your purpose, God, in one video. One damn video. I can do the whole damn purpose for you. One video. No bullshit. But no, you want to keep building this up, so there's more viewers. Yeah, and then you're gonna do the purpose. After all that, you're gonna do it like that. It's gonna piss me off. It's gonna piss me the hell off. Instead of just saying, this is what I want you to do for your purpose right now, on video, right now, like this second. This is what I want you to do for your purpose right now. Okay, I'm ready. What do you want me to do right now? So when I go to bed tonight, I won't wake up and I'll be in the afterlife. What do I have to do for the purpose to be complete? You know what I mean? What do I have to do for this purpose to be complete? I've done so many damn things already. What do I have to do to complete it? So when I go to bed, I wake up and I say, hey, what's up, Jesus, in the afterlife? What do I have to do? You know, what's it going to take? You know? Adam, you're taunting death. As always, I'm a gladiator. That's what we do. We taunt death. Don't you forget it. I've been taunting the enemy this whole damn time with videos as well. I'm taunting the enemy like, hey, I'm still alive. Look at me. I'm still alive. You didn't get me. I'm not 6 feet under. Taunting the enemy. Every damn video is a taunt to the enemy. Don't you forget it. I'm taunting them out in the open as well. Because I'm not dead. That's how you taunt the enemy. You don't die. That's how you taunt the enemy. Look at me. Not dead. Look at me. Taunt the enemy. Oh yeah. But I admit, I gotta quit doing that taunting thing. I gotta quit doing that. Because they never have the balls to finish me. You know what I mean? Even though they want me dead, they don't have the balls to do it. Something like that. Shit. Taunting doesn't work. But God knows I'm like, there's no way this road I'm on has a happy anything. There's no way. I'm so beat up. I'm so like, that's what I thought about. Like, how could I ever have a real enjoyable life in the condition that I'm in? I thought about this today. Has God lost his mind? Has he forgot about all the shit I've gone through to this point? The combat of everything you can think of? Has he forgot about all that? How does he think I can live a good life after all that? I don't know. Like, all I think I can do is help God out, and then he'll take me in my sleep when I'm done helping them out. Yeah, that's what I think. I'm like, there's no other happy alternative anything. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm an incel. I'm a loner. You know, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. Just me and my camera. That's it. That's it. I'm the king of the incel and the general at the same time. Don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. If I have to draw all the hate from all the other incels, I'll do it. I'll do it. So everybody's all targeting me for defending the incels and being an incel. I'll have them all targeting me because I'm the gladiator. I can handle it. I'll have all of Hollywood targeting me to take me down. All of Hollywood trying to take me down. But they won't succeed because I'm used to this. The Christians prep me for this part of the journey. The Christians prep me for this part of the journey. Don't you forget it. Thank you, Christians. Your onslaught was good. The Christian onslaught was good. And God knew it would be good. I haven't come across an onslaught like the Christians. I admit it. I haven't. Because they have Jesus on their side. I'm like, oh shit. He's choosing them over me. I have to win regardless. Somehow I have to win when Jesus is backing them. Somehow I have to win. I have to be a gladiator and rise above. That's why it's been interesting with the Christians. It's a whole different arena. You know? Because I think Jesus is backing them against me. I'm like, all right. I've been the bad guy before. I can be the bad guy again. Don't you worry. I'll be the bad guy to the Christian. But God knew that'd be a tough one for me, and I knew it as well. The Christian onslaught would be a tough one for me. Mormons are one thing, which is tough. But I never felt like the Mormons, weren't as extreme as the Christians are, which I was right. Like the pure Christians, like the born agains that think they're saved when they're probably not. Don't tell them that. Just kidding. But anyway, so I'm like, oh shit, I'm going against Christians with Jesus backing them. I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be a tough one to win for the gladiator. This is gonna be a tough one to win for the gladiator. I'm like, taking on psychopaths without Jesus backing up the psychopaths, that was one thing. Although I did think God and Jesus were backing up the psychopaths in religion before I knew they were psychopaths. So that's interesting. I did think that. I thought God was on their side. So in a way, it was like I was battling against God. You know what I mean? A gladiator thinking that it's God against me too. That's what's been so interesting about my whole life. It's like all the people are against me, and I think God's on their side against me. Not bullshitting. That's why this whole life of mine has been interesting. I thought God was on their side, my family's side, backing them up against me. You know what I mean? I did. That's why this is so interesting. So I'm like, wait a second. God's helping me? Wait a second. This ain't right. This doesn't feel right. God was backing them up. God was blessing them and supporting them. This is weird, It's almost like God's helping me out of pity or something, in a way. He's going to be a turncoat and then start helping my family again against me. But I don't know. Sorry, all my videos are crazy, but it's all right. I'm an incel. Don't you worry about that. So, that's what this video is about. So don't ever call someone an incel. I don't care if they're alone their whole life and they're weird as hell. I don't care. Don't do it. Don't do it, Speaking from experience on the receiving end of it. After being abused to the ground, then being called an incel on top of it, and now being called an incel again. Just don't do it, alright? Like I said, the solution is simple. Just help God out, just you and God, If God prepares someone for you to be with, so be it, when that time comes. But until then, just help God out, I guess that's what I'm doing. That's my strategy, Even though God's not even delivered on anything, I'm still an incel. I'm like, God damn it. Oh well. I am hard to love for sure. Even from myself, Especially from myself. And no, saying I love you to the mirror every day doesn't work. It doesn't work. I'm saying it right here on camera. Saying I love you to the mirror, the reflection, every day doesn't work. All right? Saying it right here, right now, on camera. Just want to make documentation of that. That myth. That big myth. It's a total myth. Saying I love you to the mirror every day doesn't work. Doesn't change anything. I promise. So anyways. That's all I want to say for this video, I guess. But yeah, it is a sensitive, touchy subject. You know what I mean? It is, No one can destroy a man or a boy like their mother first. And then on top of that, when they face the world with all the other women, to be called an incel on top of that. Think about that. Captured by his mother, destroyed by his own mother. You know what I mean? Mother made him feel like he was worthless. Then that boy goes into the real world. And then everybody calls that boy an incel. Think about that. That's me. Think about that for a second. Don't you think that boy would rather just have not been born? You are right. He would have rather not been born. 100%. And I still stand by that statement. Wish I was never born. Never born. Not once have I said, I love being on the planet. I love it here. And meant it. And God knows it. I may have said like, oh, this music's pretty cool. Oh, this anime's pretty cool. Oh, this video game's pretty cool. But I've never said I love it here. I love it here on the planet. I want to stay here forever. I love everything about this planet. You know, I love people. Never said that. Never. Although God's been trying to make me discover this loving people thing lately. That's what I've noticed about me. I'm like, am I caring? I might be caring about people, and it might be real. That's what I've noticed lately. I'm like, what the hell is happening? Like, no bullshit. I'm like being polite and meaning it. It's catch me off guard. You know what I mean? Like, this is new. This isn't me. I don't talk to people this well or this nicely. What's wrong with me? I'm just like, just get by everybody. They might be a psychopath. Don't look at anybody. I used to be that way. Like, don't look at anybody. They might be a psychopath like your parents. But I'm not doing that these days. These days, I'm like, I don't give a shit anymore. I don't give a shit anymore. Nobody's going to kill me no matter what I do. So what? I can go anywhere. Doesn't matter. No one's going to kill me anyway. So I'm like, shit. Might as well be brave. That's what I thought about again today. It was just like, I was going to make a video about it. Like, something Tito. I was watching Tito fights because I met up with Tito. I was watching his fights on DVD. And somebody stuck out to me. He's like, no risk, no reward. Because he was injured going into a fight. And like, he thought about pulling out, or he's like, nah, I'm not going to pull out. I got to come through for the fans and stuff. And he did. He came through. He fought injured. You know what I mean? I thought about that. No risk, no reward. And that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been risking stuff. I've been being brave. I have. You know what I mean? Baptist church, meeting Tito, hanging out with Jesus, the Jesus, with my Jesus issues. I've been doing brave stuff, You know what I mean? But anyways, that's all I want to say about in this video. But I do worry, like God will leave me homeless. I worry about that. And my family of origin sees me out on the streets. No bullshit. I thought about this today. And they're like laughing at me. See, I told you. They're like pointing at me. I told you. Told you shouldn't have trusted God. I thought about this today. I'm like, shit. Damn it. So I'm like, hope that doesn't happen. Work my ass off with these videos. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Maybe more people donate because of Tito. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe more people donate because of Tito. Tito's my trump card. Just kidding. Anyway. enough for this video, for sure. But anyways, that's all I would say. Just don't call someone an incel. Even if you think it's cool and it's hip and everybody's doing it, don't do it. And don't even make a movie about it, even though I've heard they're making a movie about it. Don't do it. Stop that movie immediately. Stop that movie immediately. That's all I gotta say about that. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Based on my own experience being called that more than once. That's my 2 cents. I had to make a video about it because of that. I have experience in this arena. I have experience in many arenas. That's why God's keeping me alive. He's like, you have experience about the incel, being called an incel. You make a video about it because you have experience about it. You can help some people out there, maybe. Some incels out there. Just kidding. I didn't say that. I didn't call you an incel. I was just saying that because they said that. The people. I don't even believe in that term. I really don't. That label is kind of weird to me. It is. He's just a single man. So what? You know? Anyway. That's all I want to say for this video. Alright. It's getting late, but yeah, that's all I'll say. But I will talk to you later.